Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Welcome back to our channel. After a comprehensive overview about the initial 10 types of angels created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who are Hazrat Jibreel, Hazrat Mikael, Hazrat Israfil, Hazrat Azrael, the companion grave angels Hazrat Munkar, and Hazrat Nakir, the gatekeeper of heaven, Hazrat Rizwan, the guardian of hell, Hazrat Malik, the four mighty angels known as the Hamalil, called the bearers of the throne of Allah, and finally the pair angels Hazrat Rakib and Hazrat Atid, or famously called Kiraman Katibin, and the set of angels who welcome the believer at death alayhima as-salam, explored in our last video. We are now moving towards the angels of the seven earths. The concept of the seven earths, meaning Saba Aradin, are mentioned in the Qur'an, Hadith, and further elaborated upon in tafsir and works of early scholars. Just as the seven heavens have angels appointed over them, each layer of the earth is also inhabited and governed by angels, and their roles are intertwined with the destiny of creation. These angels are part of the unseen, meaning Gaib, and while their names are not explicitly given, their duties, stations, and interactions with prophets and creation are indicated in revelation and traditional Islamic thought. Like all other angels, these angels were likewise created from Nur Muhammadi, meaning the divine light of Prophet Muhammad. The angels of the seven earths were created for particular roles. While names of individual angels are not explicitly known to us, their responsibilities and sanctity have been affirmed in numerous narrations. Early scholars like Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, and At-Tabari noted in their tafasir that each earth is populated by unique angels who carry out the commands of Allah within their realm. In some reports, each earth layer is said to differ in size and form, with varying inhabitants, some with rebellious jinn, others with punished communities of old, and some containing barren realms filled only with record-keeping angels. These angels are not merely passive dwellers, they actively perform tasbih, glorification of Allah, uphold divine orders, and maintain the order of existence beneath the lowest heaven. Before going further, a quick update: all our videos are available in both English and Urdu languages on our YouTube channel. You can find them by navigating to our playlists, where all our videos are available for your convenience. Now let's continue. The reality of the seven earths. In the ancient books of Islamic knowledge, the concept of seven earths, called as Sabatu Aradin, has been preserved through Quranic verses and authentic hadith. Allah, the Lord of the worlds, declared in the noble Qur'an in Surah At-Talaq, verse 12, "It is Allah who has created seven heavens and of the earth, the like of them. His command descends among them so that you may know that Allah is over all things competent." This indicates the existence of seven layers or realms of earth, parallel to the seven heavens above. While modern science has yet to discover their nature, the unseen world's realities are known only to Allah, and their details have been partially unveiled through prophetic sayings and early scholars. Classical mufassirun like Hazrat Ibn Kathir, Al-Tabari, and Hazrat Al-Qurtubi explain that each earth has its own creation, inhabitants, and angels appointed over it. Each of these earths is distinct, separated by barriers, unknown distances, and is inhabited by creation known only to Allah. And just as the heavens are guarded and managed by specific angels, so too each of these seven earths possesses its own groups of angels appointed by the divine decree. In our previous videos, we also explored the verse on how Allah created every living thing from water. The creation of the waters above the dome and below the flat earth, firmament dome above the flat earth, actual shape of the earth according to the Qur'an and Islamic cosmology, primordial waters of the heavens, the kursi, meaning the footstool of Allah, the Arsh meaning the throne of Allah, Lawh al-Mahfuz, the sacred tablet, the pen meaning Al-Qalam, why Allah created the universe, the first creation of Allah, the 7 portals and dimensions of the universe and discussed, where Allah was before He created the universe. If you haven't watched them yet, please do. Now, let's continue. Are these 7 earths below or above? The heavens called Samawat are above, layered upwards, while the earths called Aradin are understood to be below our earth. Classical scholars like Hazrat Ibn Abbas, Hazrat Qatada, Hazrat Mujahid, and Hazrat Al-Qutubi explain, the 7 earths are layers beneath our world, stacked like strata. Each is separated by a vast distance, just as there is space between each heaven. Some hadith describe punishments or events linked to these lower earths, which shows they are not empty but filled with creatures, angels, and divine orders. The description of 7 earths, the As-Saba Aradin. 1. The first earth called Al-Ard ad-Dunya, meaning our earth. This is the earth on which we live. It contains mankind, animals, plants, jinn, and shayatin. Angels are appointed here for every duty, like Raqib and Atid or Kiraman Katibin, as guardians and recording deeds. Other angels like angels of mountains, oceans, winds, and vegetation. Prophets were sent here, and revelation descended here. Above us is the first heaven, beneath us lies the second earth. 2. The second earth called Al-Kifaq. Beneath our earth lies Al-Kifaq, described by some scholars as a realm of jinn and devils. Angels are stationed here to guard against the mischief of shayateen and to keep them from escaping upward, especially after the coming of Prophet Muhammad, when the skies were guarded with shooting stars, as mentioned in Quran, Surah 72 verses 8 to 9. This earth acts as a containment realm for many rebellious beings. 3. The third earth called As-Sakhr. The third layer is said to be a realm of greater punishment, connected to hell's scorching heat. Some classical reports mention it houses the souls of arrogant unbelievers awaiting Qiyamah. Angels of punishment, unspecified in name, guard this layer, ensuring none can escape. It is also linked to Sijin, the register of the wicked, mentioned in Qur'an Surah 83 verses 7 to 9, stating, "Nay, indeed, the record of the wicked is in Sijin." 4. The fourth earth called Al-Tabqa. This layer is darker and heavier than those above. According to some tafsir traditions, it contains chains, fetters, and prisons for jinn and rebellious souls. Angels here are fierce guardians, described as beings who never tire and never disobey Allah. Some reports say the pharaohs and tyrants are cast into this realm after death, awaiting the day of judgment. 5. The fifth earth, called Al-Jawza. This is described as a realm of intense darkness. It contains beings unknown to us. Some scholars suggest a type of creation other than jinn or men, only Allah knows them. The angels here are said to be enormous, standing in constant tasbih, meaning glorification of Allah to balance the darkness of this world. Some tasawwufi commentaries liken this realm to a veil between the worlds of light and punishment. 6. The sixth earth, called as Sijin. Directly mentioned in the Quran in Surah 83 verses 7 to 9, it is the lowest register of the wicked, where the deeds of disbelievers and hypocrites are written. It is also described as a prison beneath the earth, where the souls of the most corrupt are confined. Angels of punishment preside here, sealing the fate of souls until the day of resurrection. Hazrat Ibn Abbas said, Sijin is the lowest of the 7 earths, and beneath it are layers of punishment. 7. The seventh earth, called Al-Athar or Al-Thara, the final depth. The deepest of the 7 earths, said to be the abode of Iblis and his armies. It is the heaviest and darkest realm, sealed off by angels who prevent its forces from overwhelming the world above. According to some narrations, the angel appointed here is so vast that if the veils were lifted, creation would be struck with terror at his appearance. This earth is sometimes equated with Hawiya, the abyss, as sourced in Qur'an Surah 101 verse 9, the pit of hell for the most wretched. It is the final layer of descent opposite to the seventh heaven, the realm of ultimate closeness to Allah. The angels of the seven earths and their roles. Just as Allah has appointed angels for each heaven, He has also appointed angels for each of the seven earths. These angels serve in different capacities. 1. Guardians of each earth, they preserve the order of creation in those realms. 2. Messengers of divine command, they convey Allah's command through the layers, as the Qur'an says in Surah 65 verse 12. His command descends between them. 3. Angels of punishment, some lower earths are associated with punishment realms like the abyss, prisons of jinn, and disbelieving souls. The angels here carry the secrets of the creation hidden within each earth. They record and witness actions just as angels on the heavens do. 4. Witnesses on Qiyamah, they will testify for or against the people who lived on the surface earth. Though their individual names are not revealed like angels Jibreel or Mikael, scholars emphasize their existence as part of the unknown Gaib. Some reports suggest the lowest earth, meaning our earth, is watched over by angels who manage life, sustenance, and trials. Deeper layers have angels associated with punishment, constriction, and containment of rebellious beings such as Iblis's forces and the dwellers of hell. The seventh earth, called Al-Sufla, is said to be the prison of Shaitan and his armies, guarded by terrifying angels who do not disobey Allah for even a blink. The hierarchy and functions. It is mentioned that these angels function under a hierarchy similar to the seven heavens. Angels of earth, 1. The Adna al-Ad, responsible for recording events that occur within the nearest realm to mankind, the one we inhabit. Angels of earth, 2 to 6, manage affairs within their layers, restrain rebellious entities, and execute specific decrees. Some protect their domains from destructive forces spilling into other realms. Angels of earth, 7, called Asfal al-Aradin. This lowest and deepest earth is known in narrations to be the place where the most rebellious jinn and disbelieving spirits are confined. Its angels are among the sternest and strongest, appointed to chain and imprison these beings until the day of judgment. Each earth's angels praise Allah, never tiring or becoming negligent in their duties, existing in perfect harmony with divine command. Severity and power of these angels. They are linked to the weight and gravity of the earths. The Prophet said in Hadith of Abu Dawood, the seven earths and all that is in them are nothing compared to the Kursi except like a ring in a desert. Their power is beyond imagination. They carry out Allah's order to keep each realm functioning. The lowest of the seven earths is said to be a prison for Iblis and his armies, guarded by terrifying angels. Faces and forms of the angels of the earths. Classical scholars describe them as majestic and terrifying, reflecting the awe of carrying the earth's burdens. Multiform, some luminous, others dark and stern, depending on whether they administer mercy or punishment. Each layer's angels are suited to its nature. The upper earth with life and sustenance, the deeper layers with fire, smoke, and prisons of shayateen. Mentions in hadith and reports. The Prophet said, as stated in Bukhari 2453, Muslim 1610, whoever usurps a handspan of land unjustly, Allah will enclose him within 7 earths. This indicates that the 7 earths are layered beneath our feet, like strata or realms extending deep below. Scholars say this means he will be burdened down through all 7 earths, watched by the angels of each layer. Another narration of Muslim 1612, the Prophet said, whoever takes a span of land wrongfully, he will be sunk down into the 7 earths on the day of resurrection. This sinking is by the angels of punishment of the earth. Hazrat ibn Masud said, between every 2 earths is a distance of 500 years. Each of these realms has angels assigned, their continuous worship and service. These angels, though assigned to realms beneath the human earth, are constantly in remembrance of Allah. Their voices rise in unison with praises such as Subhana Malik al-Mulk wal-Malakut, glory be to the King of Kings and the realm of the unseen. Even in the most desolate, empty places of these earths, these angels never neglect their duties nor cease in glorification. They have never disobeyed their Lord since the moment they were created. Some narrations hint that they also intercede for believers on earth, sending blessings upon those who remember Allah in seclusion, even as far above them as the human earth. Their role in protecting the earth's balance. The angels of the 7 earths also serve a critical function in maintaining the natural balance of creation. Just as the angels of the heavens regulate the cosmic order, these angels protect the very core of existence within each earth realm. In Earth 1, where mankind resides, the angels ensure the stability of natural laws, gravity, weather patterns, the rising and setting of the sun, the movement of the oceans, and the continual flow of time. They also maintain the spiritual balance by observing human deeds, ensuring that every action, whether good or bad, is recorded. In the deeper realms, the angels work in even more profound ways, preventing calamities from spilling over between the realms and safeguarding the unseen orders from disarray. They preserve the environment of each layer, preventing forces that might disrupt the harmony of these realms as Allah has commanded. The secret realms and hidden knowledge. These 7 earths are hidden from human perception, and the angels who reside there are also invisible to us. Their creation and tasks are known only to Allah, and they carry out their duties with the utmost precision and loyalty. While the angels of the 7 heavens are often described as majestic beings, the angels of the 7 earths are equally powerful, albeit in ways unseen. The realm beneath us, while more distant, is one of the mysterious aspects of creation that has intrigued scholars and mystics for centuries. The spiritual connection of these angels to the unseen world underscores the delicate balance that Allah maintains across all of creation. Scholars like Hazrat al-Ghazali and Hazrat Ibn Arabi have written about the cosmological implications of these realms, focusing on the sublime nature of the unseen forces and the metaphysical order of the universe. They emphasize that everything, from the lowest earth to the highest heaven, is in a state of glorification, contributing to the magnificence of Allah's creation. The 7 earths and the grave, angels Munkar and Nakir, are specific to the grave questioning, but their work connects with the angels of the 7 earths. If a soul answers well, affirming Allah and His Messenger, the angels of the upper earths open a window to paradise in the grave. If a soul fails, the angels of the lower earths begin squeezing the grave and linking the person to the layers beneath darkness, serpents, and fire. Tasawwufi interpretations say, each earth reflects a level of the soul's attachment to dunya. The deeper a person is buried in sin, the further down their soul may descend in barzakh. Thus, when someone dies, the grave connects the upper earth, meaning ours, to the layers beneath, where different realms of angels reside. The deceased soul may be taken downward to some of these layers depending on its deeds. Angels of the 7 earths in barzakh. 1. First earth, closest to us. Angels here monitor the burial ground and protect the sanctity of graves. They witness the questioning of Munkar and Nakir. Some narrations from Tasawwufi Tafsir mention these angels are the gatekeepers of the barzakh. 2. Second earth, linked to the realm of punishment for sinners in barzakh. Angels here are involved in carrying the torments like fire, darkness, snakes, constriction of grave. When Allah decrees punishment for a soul, it descends to their custody. 3. Third earth, associated with the storage of deeds like a register beneath the earthly preserved tablet. Angels here hold the records until resurrection. This links with the Quran's idea of a sijin, mentioned in Surah Al-Mutaffifin, verses 7 to 9, where records of the wicked are kept in the lowest earth. 4. Fourth earth. This is where, according to some narrations, Iblis has his throne and his armies dwell. Angels here confront jinn and shaitan, preventing them from crossing freely into higher realms. For the sinful dead, this layer can become a place of being trapped with shaitan. 5. Fifth earth, a realm of heavier punishments, sometimes described as fiery rivers or molten elements. Angels of wrath dwell here, carrying whips of punishment for souls destined to be chastised before Qiyamah. 6. Sixth earth, here dwell mighty angels that Sufis call the bearers of burdens, guarding secrets of Allah's decree. Some traditions say the Prophet on Miraj was shown the greatness of these earths. They hold angels who prepare the punishments and mercies to be manifested in Barzakh and Qiyamah. 7. Seventh earth, the deepest, known in Tafsir as Asfal al-Safilin, the lowest of the low. Here is the prison of Iblis until Qiyamah and the deepest level of torment for the most rebellious souls. The angels here are said to chain and restrain spirits utterly cut off from Allah's mercy. This also connects directly to the Quranic sijin, a sealed record and dungeon for the wicked. Their role in judgment and decree. In the last hour, when the trumpet is blown and the earth is shaken with its final quaking, these angels will witness and partake in the great upheaval. The Prophet Muhammad informed us that when the earth will be replaced with another earth, the angels of these earths will also be gathered. They also play roles in recording actions done in secret places underground, guarding punished souls in the earth's depths, preventing certain events from reaching the surface realm, carrying out punishments decreed for earth-dwelling beings other than humans. Their exact number is known only to Allah, though it is said that each earth possesses legions of angels whose might matches those of the heavens above. Their role on the Day of Judgment. On the Day of Judgment, when the earths and heavens will be rolled up, the angels of the 7 earths will play a crucial part in witnessing the final event. It is narrated in various sources that when the trumpet is blown, these angels will stand in reverence, each in their appointed place, ready to perform the commands of Allah. The transformation of the earth. Each layer will undergo a great upheaval, and the angels will accompany the souls as they are called forth for reckoning. On the day of resurrection, the 7 earths will testify against man. As mentioned in Surah At-Talaq verse 4, that day it will report its news. The angels of each earth will be commanded to reveal what was hidden, every buried deed or secret. Those swallowed for injustice like stealing land will sink through all 7 layers as punishment, as stated in Sahih Bukhari 3194. The lowest earth will surrender Shaitan and his forces, under the watch of its angels. Believers will be shielded by the angels of mercy, while disbelievers will be dragged through the depths by the angels of wrath. Hazrat Imam Al-Qurtubi writes that the angels of the 7 earths will observe the resurrection and the terrifying realities of the Day of Judgment. They will maintain order amidst the chaos and ensure that Allah's decrees are carried out in perfect justice. This includes overseeing the fate of every individual, ensuring that each person is judged according to their deeds, whether for reward or punishment. Their enduring service and eternal praise, even after the final reckoning, these angels will continue their service. As Hazrat Ibn Hajar has mentioned in his commentary, after the Day of Judgment, when all is settled, and the eternal destiny of every soul is determined, the angels will once again return to their duties. They will continue to glorify Allah in unison, acknowledging His majesty, power, and infinite wisdom. Their worship will never cease, and their dedication to fulfilling Allah's commands will never falter. Even when the earths and heavens are transformed, their role in maintaining their spiritual balance will continue to be crucial. It is said that in the afterlife, the angels will be honored by Allah for their unparalleled service, and their presence will be a source of comfort and peace for the righteous souls who will dwell in Jannah, meaning paradise. Their eternal praise will resonate in the unseen realms, creating a symphony of divine worship that echoes throughout creation. The spiritual link between earth and heaven. These angels do not merely serve in isolation, rather, they form an essential part of the spiritual chain that links the earths to the heavens above. Their role as intermediaries between these worlds allows for the transmission of divine decrees, blessings, and commands. For instance, when revelation descends upon the prophets, or when the angels of the heavens carry out specific commands from Allah, the angels of the seven earths help to transmit these messages. They act as the custodians of the earth's spiritual history, ensuring that nothing is lost or forgotten in the divine ledger. Their connection to the earth is also reflected in the movements of nature. When rain is sent from the heavens, these angels regulate its distribution. They observe the growth of plants, the course of rivers, and even the emergence of earthquakes, all events controlled by Allah but executed through the actions of these unseen beings. These angels with the prophets. Prophets were sometimes given glimpses of the hidden realms of the earth and their angels. Prophet Ibrahim, when thrown into the fire, Allah commanded the angels of the earth to cool the flames by transforming the elements beneath. Some Sufi commentaries say angels of the lower earths bent the natural laws in obedience to Allah. Prophet Musa, when Mount Tur trembled at his request to see Allah, the angels of the seven earths upheld the foundation so that the entire creation would not collapse. Prophet Muhammad, on the night of Miraj, the Prophet was shown realms of the heavens and earth. Some reports mention he was given knowledge of the angels governing beneath the earth who restrain rebellious jinn and forces of chaos. Possibility of seeing them. The angels of the seven earths are part of the unseen, meaning ghaib. Humans generally cannot see them, but exceptions occurred. Prophets may witness them through revelation. Awliya and saints sometimes are given kashf, meaning unveiling of these realms, though not all claims are authentic. On the day of Qiyamah, when the seven earths are shaken and laid bare, these angels will appear as witnesses against mankind, their future role after the end of time. When the world as we know it reaches its conclusion, the seven earths will undergo a transformation. In the Islamic eschatological narrative, Allah will command the dissolution of the earths and heavens as they are. The angels who have guarded these realms will witness the great upheaval and remain steadfast, performing their duties until the very last moment. Once the destruction of the worlds begins, the seven earths will be rolled up, and Allah will create a new world for the righteous. These angels will then be assigned new duties in this transformed universe, still glorifying Allah and continuing their eternal service. Their worship and dutiful service will remain unbroken as they are eternally in tune with Allah's commands. Spiritual symbolism of the seven earths in Tasawwuf. 1. The seven earths as layers of the nafs, meaning ego self. Many Tasawwufi masters interpret the seven earths as seven levels of the nafs, meaning self, that must be purified, like al-nafs al-amara, meaning commanding ego, as mentioned in Qur'an, Surah 12, verse 53, known to be the base of the human core with a sinful nature. Al-nafs al-lawama, meaning self-reproaching soul, as mentioned in Qur'an, Surah 75, verse 2, known to be a struggling nafs with guilt and conscience. Al-Nafs al-Mulhimma, meaning the inspired soul, as mentioned in Quran Surah 91 verse 8. This nafs is known as the beginning to receive divine hints. Al-Nafs al-Mutma'inna, meaning the soul at peace, as mentioned in Quran Surah 89 verse 27. This nafs is known to find tranquility in remembrance of Allah and His beloved Rasul, Prophet Muhammad. Al-Nafs al-Radiya, the pleased soul, as mentioned in Quran Surah 80-9 verse 28. This nafs is content with Allah's decree. Al-Nafs al-Madiya, the soul pleasing to Allah, as mentioned in Quran Surah 89 verse 28. This nafs is a soul beloved by Allah. Al-Nafs al-Kamila, the perfected soul, the stage of the prophets and true awliya, reflecting the Muhammadan reality, meaning al-Hakika al-Muhammadiyya. In this reading, descending through the seven earths is symbolic of being trapped in layers of ego, while being lifted above them is the ascension toward Allah. 2. The angels of the seven earths as spiritual forces. Tasawwufi cosmology often pairs each earth with angels who represent forces acting upon the seeker. Angels of mercy guide the soul upward through dhikr, salah, fasting, and muraqabah, meaning feeling the watchfulness of Allah. Angels of severity bind the soul if it surrenders to lust, pride, or tyranny. Thus the seeker is never alone. Every breath is witnessed by angels of recording, who are angels Raqib and Atid on the surface earth, while deeper within the nafs lie angels of trial and purification. 3. The descent as separation, the ascent as union. Tasawwufi scholars view the seven earths as symbolizing separation, meaning furqan, from Allah. Being chained into these layers means heaviness of sins, linked to the Quran Surah 83 verse 7. Indeed, the record of the wicked is in Sijin. And also for them, these seven earths symbolize the layers of forgetfulness, meaning ghafla, and veils between the heart and Allah. The journey of the Murshid and Murid is to ascend spiritually from these imprisoning layers toward the seven heavens, where union, meaning wusul, with Allah's nearness occurs. Symbolism in dhikr and breath. In Tasawwufi practice, especially with the Kamil Murshid, the dhikr is taught in rhythm with the breath. OT is to remember that the Murshid can give any type of dhikr to their murid based on the level of the nafs of the murid. Each breath pierces a lower earth of the ego, breaking its chains. The Murshid sometimes instructs specific arad, meaning litanies, to purify each level of the nafs, just as angels are appointed to guard each earth. In Tasawwufi symbolism, the breath, meaning nafas itself, is a witness, meaning shahid, on Qiyamah. Every breath can either sink the soul into the seven earths or lift it into the seven heavens. 5. The Prophet as the only one who fully crossed. In Tasawwufi thought, the Miraj of the Prophet was not only an ascension through the seven heavens, but also a protection from the seven earths. He alone passed through every veil, both beneath and above, without being chained by them. For the seeker, following the Sunnah is the only way to escape the imprisonment of the lower realms. 6. The shade of the throne versus the depth of earth. Tasawwufi scholars point to a mirror symbolism. The seven earths represent the deepest distance from Allah, which descent into ego. The shade of the throne represents the closest intimacy with Allah, as described in hadiths of Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, about the seven types under the throne. The seeker's journey is always about moving from beneath the seven earths to beneath the throne. Thus, in Tasawwuf, the seven earths are not just cosmic layers, but mirrors of the soul's struggle. Angels appointed over them are spiritual forces that either weigh the seeker down in sin or lift him up in dhikr. The Murshid acts as a guide across these veils, teaching the seeker to use every breath as a witness to Allah's oneness. Whoever succeeds is raised from the heaviness of the lower earths into the shade of Allah's throne on Qiyamah. Practical ways to escape the lower earths. 1. Relation to protection and murshid. The angels of the seven earths symbolize stability of faith. A seeker who attaches himself to a Kamil Murshid, a perfect spiritual guide, is safeguarded because, as stated in Surah Kaf verse 17, whoever Allah guides is truly guided, but whoever He leaves to stray, you will never find for them a Murshid, meaning a spiritual guide. The Murshid teaches how to root faith as firm as the seven earths. Through correct dhikr, every breath becomes an anchor connecting heaven and earth. By awareness and muraqabah, one becomes conscious that every earth and its angels are watching, leaving no room for heedlessness. 2. Surahs and acts for protection from the punishment of the earth. Surah Al-Zalzala reminds that the earth will testify on Qiyamah. Reciting it brings awareness. Surah Al-Mulk protects from grave punishment beneath the earth. Surah Al-Fatiha, called Al-Kitab, recited in every prayer, protects against constriction beneath the earth. Surah Al-Ikhlas, Surah Falaq and Surah Nas cleanse the lower egoic forces. 3. Du'as. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min fitnatil qabr wa a'udhu bika min adhabin nar. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the trial of the grave and the punishment of the fire. This dua is prescribed in Sahih Muslim 588 and directly relates to protection in the lower earths. 4. Acts of light. The Prophet said, protect yourselves from the fire even with half a date in charity. As stated in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, every small act lifts the believer upwards, away from the lower punishments. Salah, sadaqah, soft form and love of the Prophet are ladders that lift the believer from the depths of the lower earths into the nearness of Allah's throne. Istighfar, meaning seeking forgiveness, prevents the earth from swallowing a person unjustly. Honesty in dealings protects from the curse of being sunk into seven earths for wrongful land grabbing, as in Hadith. So, dear viewers, the angels of the seven earths are among the most enigmatic and awe-inspiring creations of Allah. Though their roles are often hidden from human view, their significance is immense. They serve in absolute obedience, with no inclination toward rebellion or hesitation in their tasks. Their role is foundational in maintaining the cosmic balance that ensures creation continues to function in a harmonious and orderly manner. From the highest realms to the deepest layers, these angels hold the universe together, upholding divine law and carrying out Allah's will with unfailing precision. It is a reminder for humanity that while we may not see these angels or fully understand their role, they are ever present, ensuring that the unseen realms function as Allah intends. As part of the unseen creation, they are witnesses to the vastness of Allah's might and mercy. Their eternal duty is to serve the divine with purity, devotion, and an unwavering commitment to their task. Their praise of Allah continues eternally, just as the world remains in continuous awe of the Creator. Every act they perform, from guarding the earths to recording deeds, is done in perfect submission to the one who created them, and they will remain a testament to the unending cycle of worship that exists within Allah's creation. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoy this content and find it beneficial, we kindly ask you to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more authentic, faith-strengthening content, and let's continue this journey of knowledge together. Inshallah, see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.